Let's get this party started.
Ladies and maniacs, I apologize for this interruption to your regular entertainment.
Yeah, and in No Major Skips, we open grates by mashing spacebar and A on the controller at the same time. So it's not totally unthinkable. You know what I'm trying to say.
With a combined sentence of 752 years.
It could happen. It's conceivable. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for.
Gotta run. I got places to go.
Okay, let's try to actually dupe properly this time.
We're stuck in here. Joker's in full control of the security gates.
Okay, cool.
I'll find a way out. Gordon, try and contact the warden. Let him know what's happened.
No. I'm in control of the asylum. You're not going anywhere I don't want you to. Understand?
If you think I'll let you run...
Always with the heroes. Looking forward to watching you. Why don't you just come find me? You know it's a trap.
Of course it is. Joker's been busy. These poor guards never stood a chance.
All patients should take their medication at the prescribed times each and every day.
Warning. Security breach in level B3. Warning. Security breach in level B.
Oracle, can...
Yes. Yeah.
Not gonna escape! Release him!
Come on. Dude, that railing makes no sense. The way it just, like, pokes out. It's like a legitimate safety hazard.
Gargoyles should be able to support my weight if I grapple up to them. Zaz is down, but not for long.
Someone put this animal back in his cell.
Can you hear me? Is this thing on? Batman, you picking this up?
The room's locked down.
If I never had to worry about stopping the mouse wheel, that would, be very tempting.
Shut down the gate.
Harley thinks she has me trapped in this chamber.
Batman,
She never was
I'm
very
patching you
bright.
into the guard radio feed.
Steve, more Blackgate prisoners. By the boiler. Who's that behind them? Oh my god, it's Joker. He's free! How'd he break out?
Sorry, feed's down. Comms are up and down like crazy. It's not good. I'll keep trying.
Warning. Decontamination. Area sealed.
What is that stuff?
Joker toxin. Listen, the room is full of poison gas. Anyone caught in there is dead.
Are you gonna get in there and help them, Batman?
Clearly, we just need to find the equivalent of, dive roll canceling in this game. So that dive rolling can actually be faster.
This isn't a simple escape attempt. Joker...
Needs to work on keyboard, though.
Over here! Please! Batman's here! Just hold on a little longer, Steve. I can't! I can't believe you left me here! All I need. What are you waiting for? Close.
What chickens are love?
No, I don't think there was. Not one, like, recently, for sure. I don't know. I need to actually look at the SDA thread for Asylum. Because I forget, like, how this community came up. And, like who would have just decided to do the walk and everybody went with them. That's probably what happened.
Quick, get in here before more of them come. Batman, I'm over here. They came out of...
Yeah, that's gonna be really hard to do no matter what we do with any percent, but it would certainly be better that way.
Best I can do is open the door you came in. Sorry.
I should go back to the holding cells. Bowles wasn't too smart.
Take damage during the fight. It's faster to just let him beat on you than to like try to fight him or dodge him or whatever. Because he just like attacks you however many times he's gonna attack you, and then he has his heart attack regardless of what you really do. So you just get him to attack you fast.
Oracle, I'm at the holding cells. I'm setting up a crime scene.
So what's the plan?
I can follow traces of alcohol from Frank's bourbon in the atmosphere. Exactly. Oracle, I've got a trail.
That's great. You follow it. I'm grabbing every reference to Arkham I can find. Maybe useful later.
Taking so long. Oh, what the hell happened?
What happened to that? Nobody really cared is what happened to that. We should, like, I have been wanting to sort of get into that a bit more and, like, actually look at the options. Have more of a vote. Yeah, he dies on his own. Whether you, like, hit him or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Out of the building with the old man. How are they going to tackle those guards? Let's have a listen, shall we? Hey, Frank, breathe in. Joker's got more men on the way. They're coming around the front of the asylum. You gotta stop them. Get in, quick, get over there. Damn, come on, everyone, cover the main entrance. How many are there, Bowles? Hang on, how the hell do you know what to do? Bowles! Frank, what are you doing? No, put it down!
Yeah, so what I'm thinking right now actually is this week I'm basically gonna make a video that talks about like what we would do and what all the benefits and downsides of it would be, and then like actually have a serious discussion and vote about it with all the asylum runners.
Sounds like
Batman.
Take all the magic out of it. Dude, that's bullshit. I don't ruin the game.
Right. I don't have to. I just want to.
A way to automate editing runs. There's supposed to be, but it doesn't actually work, so no. And we wouldn't really want to automate it anyway. We'd want to like, if we completely remove the walk from any percent, we would want to manually retime as many runs as possible. Probably be able to vote on this. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. I'll probably like give a role to everyone in the Discord who like has a run on the any percent board, and then like have people with that role be able to see a chat with a vote message or something. I don't know. I'm still kind of figuring out how exactly I want to do this.
Did you really think it was going to be that easy, Bats? I've sent a few more of my boys your way.
I'll have to come back and search this area once I cleared the room.
What the? killer came from over there. Huh?
Oh, those were the easy ones. I'm just playing with you. You'll see.
Hello? Why can't I grapple? What's happening? Okay.
Yes, it is I.
That was weird.
Enigma, the Riddler. And more importantly, your intellectual superior.
Is the game just broken? What's happening?
To easily hack into your primitive communications. My goal is simple. You complete a series of...
I don't know if this is even worth it at this point, but whatever. Yeah, I think it still was faster. That was really weird. I probably just wasn't paying attention, but I don't know.
So you did it. Well,
for the other categories, yeah, if we were to add the walk time to it,
greatest detective.
then yeah.
Over here!
I think we're not, I don't know. First, I want to figure out what to do with any percent, and then that will probably inform how we want to handle other categories.
We apologize for this interruption to our regular broadcast. Jack Ryder is live from the Gotham Bay area with some breaking news.
Because, like, if we, for example, if we just completely remove the walk from any percent, and, like, that was very clear the option, then we would just keep it away from everything, and that would be the end of it. Yours takes a lot longer than how so?
Harley tells me that the Batman's car is still parked just outside of the intensive treatment building. Now, we can't just have him up and leave us.
Oracle.
Voting be mandatory. I can't force you to vote. But, I mean, you definitely should if you have an opinion.
The entire island will be under my control. That's right, boys. Wait till you see my last minute's place.
That's a good way to put it, Green. I want to be the guy who wants to walk. I mean,
There's a supply of explosive.
meh, own it. Just, you know? Because maybe there's like 50, maybe most people actually do want the walk, but they don't want to be the guy who wants the walk.
Scuffle. I need to search the area around the Batmobile.
So like, I don't want the decision to be made because people don't want to,
I need to isolate
you know,
the trail
actually say their
around the Batmobile
piece.
that-
Whoops, that was the wrong thing. Yeah, like, I get most people hate the walk, but, like, a lot of people don't speak up about it in general when this comes up. So I actually honestly don't know what the general consensus is. The walk. So at the beginning of the game, there's about 6 minutes and 43 seconds where you literally just hold forward on the left stick, and that's it.
They're expected to follow
In this category, it's not a thing, but in any percent,
following this rule is death. No ifs, ands, or buts. About the rule.
in any percent, you have to actually do the walk. It's not that important. Yeah, that's it's sort of similar to that. Although I think in the Half-Life train ride, like there's literally like nothing. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like you just stand there and it just ends at some point. Whereas arguably in this game's walk, you are like still interacting with the game. Minimally, but you are.
Then you won't. I'll just flood the rooms with happy gas.
Comes not in the run. Because whoever ran this first decided they didn't want to do the walk. So, we didn't.
Get off of me.
Get down there with the others. Move it.
Okay, I hear you. I'm going.
Why does he need the doctors? I've got to save him.
Yeah, I know it was Pepsi. It's just that who wasn't important. It was just that that's why. It's effectively a legacy decision, even though it's a new category.
Sure it came from over there.
How do you skip it? You have a save file after it.
Wait here. It's not safe here.
Oh, is that a doctor in the house? No?
Or yeah, you just start the timer after it's done.
Medical attention.
The room's clear. You're safe now.
I mean, it is part of the game, so there is something to say about not wanting to cut out something that is part of the game, just because it's long and slow and annoying.
Please help me, Batman. No.
Cutscenes are also part of the game? I mean, yeah. And, well, not in this game, but, like, for example, City has unskippable cutscenes. We're not just gonna cut the cutscenes out of the run. Just because they're long and annoying and unimportant. How many votes would it take to remove the cop intro from Night? That's even tougher, because that's even more gameplay.
I'm
Like,
sorry, Jim.
again, minimal, but, like, you are doing something there.
Barbara.
I mean, when do you get control of Batman at night? Like, at what point on the timer?
Father.
Should have stood up to him, son. Like a man.
Do a whole playthrough reactivate it. I mean, you can still do that. That's not, you know, that's not the point. The point is, you know, for the sake of competition on the leaderboards, is having to include, is being required to include, you know, 6 minutes and 43 seconds of sort of gameplay, but not really important.
What are you doing, little bat?
Can you hear me? Bruce?
I mean, you're not holding forward, you're like kind of weaving around things, and then your walk why does your walk take 8 minutes? Like, if you're deliberately doing stuff to slow it down, that doesn't, like, that's not relevant.
Are you lost, little bat? Having trouble figuring out what's real?
Yeah, exactly. That's not important.
Of your twisted little mind? Same here. Just roll with it, bats. It gets easier once you get in. It really does. Listen, no more tricks. Just one last puzzle. Your precious little prisoner is just through the glass. Take a look. Carly's under strict instructions to kill the old man.
Keep the walk for the alt dialogue. You can run the game however you want. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to run the game. This is just about how do we want to run the leaderboard for the any percent category specifically.
It won't be me carrying the can. No problem. Nothing's getting past me. Batman will be a dead man, and I'll be famous. Whatever. Get over there.
So if you want to do all dialogue runs and you want to keep the walk, go for it. That is totally your prerogative. But that's not what we're talking about.
Anyone else skulking around, he dies.
It's part of a mission that can't be skipped. Ouch. That is unfortunate.
You took longer than
So right now there's basically two possibilities for how we would handle it. One is that we would retime all the runs without the walk. Or option two is we would have the offset, in which case any run that does the walk would be timed the same way any percent's currently timed. And then any run that doesn't do the walk, we would just add 6 minutes and whatever. Or like you would just start the timer at a positive offset. KSM, I miss a lot of streams these days, so
I've seen
like a lot of streams. I barely watch any Twitch.
Oracle.
So timer at 6 minutes in, would that weird? It wouldn't be that weird. I think other games do that. Or like it's basically race file timing is what it's sort of formally known as.
What's the deal?
I can't immediately think of an example of a game, but I know that is a thing.
For over 100 years.
My zips are weird. It's because I'm doing them all wrong. I know.
Unfortunate inmate.
I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to zip somewhere.
I found a cave entrance, and over the years have moved a number of supplies here. It's a regular home away from home.
I'm thinking SMS. I know they were talking about doing it. I don't think they actually did it though, so I'm not sure. Right side. Yeah, see, when I grapple to the left side of the pillar, I get launched out of bounds, so... That's why I do it that way. Use a hacked file now. Includes all the gameplay. It does not have the cutscenes. Oh, nice. That's a good solution. Oh, good for them then. We don't really have that option. Yeah. Since the cutscene is gameplay, if that makes sense.
Hey, I've got a cousin in Metropolis who needs some.
Yeah, that's just, yeah, exactly. And, you know, like, support me or some bullshit like that, I don't know. Well, that was the original purpose, but it's not exclusively for that. Yeah, it doesn't take very long to get rid of them. Cool. I do remember that. Because I just removed the intro videos from City and had to remember to not do that one. Okay, hopefully we can actually get this corner. Cool.
You monster! You evil, evil!
Don't let him hit you, idiot!
Oracle.
I still swear I saw somebody else who didn't have the Ninja TV video. So I still don't know how to explain that. It's possible I actually just made that up though and that never happened. Who knows? This is a little not great. Miraculously, it still worked though. Big gold, nice. Oh, what? Always forget that you're standing in the perfect spot to grapple away. Realize what? I promise you that is like at the top of my list of things to do off stream. Is to get that properly organized.
Go, you crazy bitch!
Actually, I probably should just not do this zip either, but whatever. Here we go. Alright, well, whatever.
10 minutes ago, I have made it illegal to walk on the floor in any part of the asylum. Anyone caught doing so will be... Oh, this is stupid. Anyone caught will have their legs removed and magistrates for Emperor Ashoka.
That's the last thing. I locked them all. That's not getting through here. But if the Joker wanted to slow back the down, why'd he open up access to this tunnel in the first place?
Skip, if I remember how to do it, yeah.
He's done nothing but whine since we got... He's here!
It's kind of on and off, like... A few people bring it up, it goes away for a while.
Everyone upload their side
A few people bring it up, it goes away for a while.
I recommend uploading them.
It's...
I can't read this.
It's been like a big kind of discussion more recently. Shit, is this a fast zip or a slow zip? Cool. Rip. Why the name? I don't know. Why the name Wacko Rich?
Dead? Thanks. It's the back!
Xbox gave it to you? Interesting. Yeah, I don't really have any reason or explanation. It's just who I am now. It's 3 a.m. Alright, sounds good. Thanks for hanging out. I guess I didn't need to keep storage there. Get rid of that.
Help!
He's taken control.
There's always a way out. Always. you stay here. Lock this gate when I leave.
Good idea. Can't have some of my stature falling back this
I like just barely had enough experience with that. Okay, Owen, so dude, I can't believe that you wanted me to run Asylum, and every time I do, you go to bed. This is unacceptable. I'm just kidding. See you around. Have a good one. Punch that guy in the thigh. It's an interesting place to punch somebody.
Surprise!
Hey, Froggy.
You guys are idiots. They've gotten everywhere. That's not fair, Bad Brain. Hey, Big-Man, go easy on my boys. Oh, you okay down there? Little head boy, keep away from the mist.
Solid fight.
Patient pacification system deactivated.
Interesting. Dive wrong there actually worked. Did not expect to be able to time that correctly at all.
Look who's finally turned up. The door.
Doesn't look nearly as bad as it should. Really? That's interesting. Oh, also, I just realized.
Got a little problemo for you. See those two guards over there? I know. Don't fear, that's cheating, Bats. Time to turn up. When
Yeah, that makes sense.
be one of those.
I guess this game was designed for relatively low resolution. Hey, big boss.
Time for me to go, Bats. I'll miss you. Not. Oh, and now you have only 30 seconds to get out. Bye-bye.
Need to get the security gate down. Hurry!
I guess, wait. This must have been running at 720p on an Xbox 360, right?
Quick, get out!
I don't actually know that for a fact, but I feel like there's no way it was doing 1080p. Or maybe it was, actually. Who knows? Not sure. Anyway, on like 2009 TVs, so.
Come on.
Speaking of which, I might actually mess with some of the graphic settings and like not just play at max settings. Because I think some things actually look better at lower settings. I can't explain it. Just like some things like shimmer weirdly and it looks wrong. And I don't think that happens when you play at lower settings. The verification queue would stay empty for weeks. Yep, good times. PC. Oops.
That's gotta hoist.
Game does not look this good on PlayStation.
Let him hit me, idiot!
Turn up, Ricky. Anyone for fried fat pigs?
That's not fair. Asylum actually looks okay on PS4. Mostly. I'll take that. Am I doing anything weird here? Or am I just doing my usual? I think I'm just using my usual stuff. I have new stuff after Croc.
Ollie was just a warm-up, that's. And to be fair to the little scamp, she didn't look any good. Let's call it a B+. But between you and me...
Like a port rather than a remake. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, unfortunately. Kind of a shame. Like, I don't know why they felt like they needed to remaster these games like 5 years later, or like 7 years later in the case of Asylum. It's like, that's no time. Like, not enough has changed to justify this at all. Oops. Do this and then launch.
Greetings, residents of Joker Asylum. Some of our...
Master Early put on PC. If they were going to do it, they would have done it years ago. Return to Arkham came out in 2016. I think. It's 2016, right? Maybe it wasn't. It was a long time ago, anyway. If they were gonna do it, they would have done it by now. For sure.
Well, today's your lucky day. Just sign up for my Titan program.
I prefer Cities combat, but night combat is pretty good, and that game does look so beautiful.
No longer has provoked me. And you know what's best? Each final act of Titan comes with a personal guarantee that will enter you into a drawing to be the first to march on top. Come on, boys! First one.
I should pick up Harley Quinn's trail. I can't waste any time in finding the Titan production plant.
Renouncing RTA for PC? Dude. That would actually be good for Asylum. It would not be good for anything else, though. Because I'm pretty sure we would end up speedrunning this on Return to Arkham. And those console-exclusive skips would no longer be console-exclusive. At least in theory. Elevated PC. Yeah, but that's different. That's a lot different.
Shut down power to this room.
Ah, shit. Okay, miraculously, I am not boned. Wait, maybe I am. Let me just... Okay, that could have been very bad, but, whew.
Someone! Get me out of this!
Joker's men are all wearing the security clearance. I'll need to take out the operator first. I've incapacitated the main threat, but the hostages are still in danger. Joker wanted the entrance to the Titan production plant guarded. I should pick up Harley's trail again so I can find it.
Night remastered. I feel like it's gotta be a while. Like a really long time. Because I mean, like, the PS5 and like the technological advances that brings are really good for making new games that just wouldn't have been possible to make for various reasons. But I don't feel like it has good like remaster potential, if that makes sense.
I'm going to need something to get over this ravine.
Like there's no like dramatic increase in quality between. Ah, fuck. I screwed that up. Between PS4 and PS5 games, at least just in terms of like pure visual quality. It's more about being able to do more things with it. Like make bigger games and more complicated games, that sort of thing. I don't know about 3 decades. That is a long time. I mean, look at what games looked like 3 decades ago. Wow, I lost literally all of the time. Amazing. Like, I mean, what was 3 decades ago? That was the 90s? So, like, look at a game from 1990. Like, the original Doom didn't even exist yet. We're 3 decades from now, we're gonna be so far beyond anything we have now.
Now I can go find Ivy.
Well, it's not... I mean... Yes, that's true, but it's not that simple. Because the thing is, the console generations are also a lot longer now, because there hasn't been a console generation between 2015 and now, but there was a console generation between 2010 and 2015. So that's not a super fair comparison, just based on those 2 years. And, what else am I trying to say? The advances are more subtle now, but they're still very significant.
When are we getting our upgrades, man? Joker said we'd be more powerful than the Bat.
He's got...
Pong graphics still hold up to date? I guess that's technically true.
Don't let him hurt my babies again.
I can't believe you let poor little Ivy crying in a garden. She looks so sad. I gave her a little Ivy. Oh, gotta say, your results are a little different.
I think visually, like, this game is starting to really show its age. At least to me, now that I'm like playing it a lot more.
Similar spores to the ones Ivy used to attack Gotham last year. They're deadly.
I still wouldn't say it needs a remaster, but it's like starting to get to that point. I think we've reached a graphic. There's for what am I trying to say? Wait, why am I grappling up here? Whoops. For stylized games, probably we've kind of hit a point where there's not too many limitations on what they can do. Like, video games are literally starting to look the same as animated movies. For realism, it could still be a lot better. And it's like hard to like look at the incremental improvements and see it, because we are definitely sort of approaching the point of the point of diminishing returns. But like, what am I trying to say? Let me just get the zip first. That's not good. Nope, that's perfect. Maybe. Or am I stuck? What the fuck? Okay. I think this run might be dead. Not really sure where I was there. There we go. That's more what I expect to happen. Then make our way around here, hug the wall, right up to here. At launch, yes, it was not a pretty sight. It's fine now, though. I feel like maybe it was a little exaggerated, but like, I mean, people definitely were not able to play the game, who definitely should have been able to. Whoa, the fuck was that? Okay. This will make everything worse. Why not?
Batman, we're running.
Yeah, like just for context on that.
Batman, can you hear me? Have you found Croc's lair yet?
The night port was literally developed by like 6 people. The PC port.
These floating platforms will support me, but will also send sound.
I think it was some like absurdly small number of people. I don't remember the exact number.
As slowly as possible.
And they had like a few weeks to work on it. So yes, it was very bad at launch. Butterfly. Was it useful? Because like I remember it not being the same as Origins Butterfly, vaguely. Although on that note, is Night another game we should be down patching and just don't for some reason?
These spores don't contain enough of the antidote.
Assets. That's complicated because they're owned by Warner Brothers. They definitely wouldn't sell them like to the public. They might sell the assets to another company or something if they decided they weren't valuable. Caught Warner Brothers. Oh my goodness. Increased speed and ability to gain height. Well, there you go. I guess that answers your question on the think of the possibilities. Possibilities are a bunch of stuff we wouldn't use. Should only be a few decades. That's optimistic. That's right. I don't know about Warner Brothers and their like Batman nonsense, but Rocksteady should definitely be announcing something in the next year or so. Otherwise, I would actually be very concerned about their future. If E3 is still a thing next year and we haven't heard anything from them by then, be worried. That's my take right now. Origins Black Case 1 source code. I'd almost be interested in that, except it's on a different engine. So screw it, who cares? Ah. Bad crocodile. Oh. Man, this croc section is really long. Maybe I should do layer link.
I've got enough spores. I need to get back to the Batcave and formulate the antidote.
Oh, I get it. You've activated a sonar beacon down there. Clever.
Oracle, I'm getting out of here.
What about Croc?
He won't be a problem.
Bad crocodile. That was my fault, actually. So, I think technically I can still PB this run, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I have to, like, do everything perfectly, basically. I mean, I do have, like, a good amount of time save at the end if I don't, screw up Joker. And I guess there's a couple other things I could do better. Read all the assembly code and write C++ and matches it. Yeah, what could possibly be complicated about that? I definitely can't think of any reason why that might be difficult. I mean, what are compiler optimizations even? Never heard of them. Hey, Sully and Super Cal dude. Hard part of growing old. Yeah, it's gonna take you a couple, that'll take you a couple decades. Oop. Okay, so if I don't get a gold here, I am doing something wrong. Oh, I'm already doing something wrong. Rip.
Scan and open.
I was supposed to get storage before coming in here, not after. Oh well. Guess I won't do that, Zip. Still, I should be able to gold this if I, again, don't do something wrong. Pretty much, yeah. And that's not easy either, so. Oh, come on. Get around that invisible wall. No, you can do it. Yeah, I was supposed to zip here, but I forgot to grab storage. Oh well. Hey, maybe I can still get a 104. The predicted time has a lot of faith in me. Ooh, that was an interesting bounce. That was pretty beneficial, actually. I didn't expect that. I didn't know that could happen. It's called Live Split. It's what most people use. The predicted time is just like my average, basically. Relative to like the time I've already saved and lost and whatever in this run. The average of the remaining splits, I guess. How does this work? Cool, that was pretty good. Oh god, is this a fast or a slow zip?
Oracle, we've got...
Why can't I ever remember this?
Two-Face, Riddler, some kind of giant Joker robot?
Unfortunately, nothing that simple. I'm at the main sewer junction, and it appears to be polluted with Titan.
Oh.
What's he doing now?
I'll look into it.
Time save. Yeah, that's what most people use. I like having the predicted time because it's more indicative of how the run will actually end. It's a lot more realistic. Just seeing best possible time doesn't really... Like, you need some context for it. In my opinion. And this one is slow. I remember that now, because I've screwed this up far too many times.
Shoot to kill.
I never do anything.
Up here, not too far left. Slow zip. Don't fall out of bounds. Yeah, there's slow zips where you basically just wait before throwing the batarang, and there's fast zips where you throw it as fast as possible, and the behavior on them is different. So in some places you need to do slow, in some places you need to do fast. This will be a pretty solid gold.
I've seen worse.
Ivy's getting stronger.
Is it an 90% run? Sort of, but not really. It's very much like any percent, but it has one extra skip that you can't really do in 90%.
This island belongs.
Namely this.
Come in, sit down, take off
Try
your
not to soft lock myself here this time.
I was thinking, you really could use a friend in here. Someone to talk to, share secrets with. Shall we start with the big one? Who is that behind the mask? Why do you feel the need to go out in the world and fight people like me? Do you really think you can win? We'll see.
Watch a run of The Last of Us. I've watched part of it. I've never watched like a full run, but I've seen what's his name, Anthony Caliber run it. Can I not just run to the door? Can you? I feel like I get stuck there. Ah, crap. I didn't realize that batarang was gonna have that effect. Great, and now I'm screwed. Oh my god, no. Why do I keep throwing batarangs? Okay. This is fine. If I can turn. So arguably, if you beat the Poison Ivy boss fight, basically what happens, the final cutscene and credits don't play, so arguably you haven't actually beaten the game. And that's what we decided that beating the game meant. Okay. That looks close, but I have a lot of time save here, so this is fine.
Let's get ready!
Don't think it'll be a 103, but...
Go! Think you can beat me? Don't make me laugh.
We'll see what happens here.
Excuse me, Bats. In you come, boys. I've softened them up for you.
Yeah, we voted on it and decided that the credits had to play.
Oh, Mr. Referee. How was that round? What? Speak up.
Okay, don't do whatever the hell I did last time.
Get off me! Can I get out of this? Give me a bad shot, Bats. It won't kill you to smile, Bats.
Oh, I didn't expect him to do another one.
I'm out, Bats. My people. Give him a kicking for me, boys.
Oh, come on. They both stayed up there.
Is that Jack Ryder's tougher I see? What?
Yeah, I mean, for this game, the time ends like that, like when you lose control. We just decided that if the credits don't play, the game isn't in a completed state.
Bring it on!
And for this game specifically, we decided that was important.
We'll see. Back in a second. That's. Come in, boys. Knock him out of it. I've got a city to address. Don't mind your head, Bats. I think that was my round. Don't you, old man?
Ah, crap. Yeah, you'll actually see what happens and why we kind of think it's problematic. Come on. Come on, die.
Enjoy your evening. This won't stop me.
Okay, not a 103, so that's fine. That's just, like, we voted on that for this game. That's just all I'm trying to say.
I can take it. I can take anything you throw at me, Bats. You can't beat me. I'm actually going to win. Ready for the next round?
Always.
What?
I'll never let you win. Never.
Second place, hell yeah, again.